Hello everyone, welcome back to you all once again in another interesting video about the Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II became the Queen of Great Britain and Northern Ireland on 6 February 1952, following the death of her father King George VI, known for her efforts to modernize the institution of monarchy and for her love of corgis. She celebrated her Platinum Jubilee in 2022, was the second longest reigning monarch in the history when she died on September 8, 2022. She is succeeded by Charles III. Elizabeth II became the Queen of United Kingdom on February 6, 1952, following the death of her father, the King George VI. She was not originally expected to become queen, as she was the elder daughter of Prince Albert, Duke of York, later King George VI, who was the second son of the King George V. Her path to the throne changed dramatically in 1936 when her uncle Edward VIII abdicated to marry Alice Simpson, an American divorcee. This abdication led to her father's accession as a King George VI, making Elizabeth next heir to the throne of the England. Born on April 21, 1926 in London, Elizabeth had a relatively normal upbringing for a member of the royal family. She was educated at home and had a close-knit family with her parents and a younger sister, Princess Margaret. Her education included lessons in history, language, music, and other subjects suitable for a royal young girl. During the World War II, Elizabeth and Margaret spent much of their time away from the London, which was under threat from the German Luftwaffe. They lived at the Barmore Castle in Scotland and Windsor Castle, away from the dangers of the Blitz. In 1947, Elizabeth married Philip Mountbatten, a former Prince of Greece and Denmark, who became the Duke of Edinburgh. On the eve of their wedding, they had 4 children: Prince Charles, Prince Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward. Elizabeth's father, King George IV, suffered from poor health in the later years of his reign, and Elizabeth began to take on more royal responsibilities. In 1951, she represented the king on a tour of Canada, and in early 1952, she set out on a tour of Australia and New Zealand. However, while she was in Kenya in February 1952, she received the news of her father's death. She immediately returned to Britain as a queen. Elizabeth's coronation took on 2nd June 1953 at Westminster Abbey. In London, it was a great event and the first coronation to be televised, bringing the ceremony to millions of the viewers around the world. As Queen Elizabeth II has seen significant changes in the world and the monarchy. Her reign has spanned decades of political, social, and technological transformations. She became the longest reigning monarch in the 2015 of the British, surpassing the record previously held by her great-great-grandmother, the Queen Victoria. Though her reign, Queen Elizabeth II has been known for her sense of duty and dedication to her role, navigating the monarchy through challenging times while maintaining its relevance and stability in rapidly changing world. The Queen famously had long-haired fondness for corgis. Established in her youth, she owned more than 30 corgis during her reign. Her first was Susan, who was given to her as a present on her 80th birthday. Elizabeth had a keen interest in horse riding and breeding in racehorses in particular. The 100 she owned over the decades are believed to have claimed more than 1,600 racing wins. The Platinum Jubilee was Elizabeth II was the international celebration in 2022, marking the 70th anniversary of the accession of Queen Elizabeth II on 6 February 1952. It was the first time that any monarch in British history celebrated a Platinum Jubilee, as the case in the histories of the other Commonwealth. After celebrating her Platinum Jubilee, finally, the Queen Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, the Queen of United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from 6 February 1952 until her death in 2022. The Queen led rest in peace along with her husband Philip Mountbatten. She died at the age of 96, and her death led to the shock in Great Britain and the world. The Prince Charles succeeded her on the throne as a King Charles III. 10 days of national commemoration of her life and legacy, long as planned as Operation London Bridge, followed. Notably, the Queen lay in the state for a day in St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh and then for 3 days in London, outside of which mourners stood in the line that stretched for miles, in some cases waiting for more than 24 hours to view Elizabeth's casket. Here by somber funeral ceremony in Westminster Abbey, and finally taking to the Westminster Abbey, Archbishop Justin Welby was attended by taking to the Big Ben and fasting place at the St. George Chapel at Windsor Castle. And hence, long live the Queen. If you like this video, do like, share and comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this lovely video. Bye bye.